the silent princess, and the talkative princess. In a distant kingdom surrounded by towering mountains and deep, enchanted forests, there stood a magnificent palace of marble and gold. Sunlight danced off its high towers and glittering windows, while fountains splashed crystal-clear water in the lush gardens below. Birds chirped cheerfully among vibrant flowers, and the scent of jasmine filled the air. Within this grand palace lived a kind king and a gentle queen, who were blessed with 2 daughters. The elder princess, Arya, was lively and talkative, her laughter echoing through the halls as she chatted with everyone she met, sharing stories and jokes. Her younger sister, Noor, was quiet and thoughtful, observing every detail of the palace, the gardens, and the creatures that lived nearby. Though people often misunderstood her silence, Noor's heart was filled with wisdom far beyond her years, and she noticed things that no one else could. One afternoon, while wandering through a forgotten wing of the palace, Noor stumbled upon an ancient wooden chest hidden beneath layers of dust and cobwebs. The chest was elaborately carved with golden patterns, its heavy lock rusted and stubborn. Curious, Noor leaned closer to inspect it, her fingers tracing the delicate carvings. Faint letters etched across the lid warned, "Never open this chest, for inside lies a secret that can change the fate of the entire kingdom." Noor's heart raced with both fear and excitement. That night, as she lay in her bed, she dreamt of a soft, whispering voice calling her name over and over. "Free me! Free me!" it repeated, filling her with a strange mixture of apprehension and courage, as if the chest itself was beckoning her to discover its secret. Meanwhile, Arya went about her daily routines with boundless energy and chatter. In the palace courtyard, she called out to servants, guards, and visiting nobles, laughing and telling stories that made everyone smile. Spotting Noor quietly observing the fountain and a fluttering butterfly, Arya teased, "Why are you always silent, Noor? Don't you want to talk? Words are what make people feel alive." Noor smiled softly but remained silent, merely watching the water ripple under the sunlight. Arya, never one to be deterred, decided she would one day help her sister speak more freely, though she didn't yet understand the quiet strength that lay within Noor. Late that night, Noor crept back to the forgotten wing, her heart pounding as she reached for the chest. Slowly, she unlatched the rusty lock, and a warm golden glow spilled into the dark room. From within, a magical bird with shimmering golden feathers rose gracefully, its eyes sparkling like tiny stars. The bird's voice, soft yet powerful, spoke directly to Noor. "Thank you for freeing me. Only one with a pure heart and quiet wisdom could release me. Your gift is the ability to understand the hearts of others, to heal sorrow, and see truths that others cannot." Noor listened, wide-eyed, as the bird explained that her silence was not a weakness, but a source of extraordinary strength, a strength that could help the kingdom in ways no words ever could. Soon, unusual troubles began to plague the kingdom. The gardens, flowers began to wither despite regular care. The river that flowed through the land grew murky and slow, and even the animals appeared restless. The king announced that anyone who could solve these problems and restore balance to the kingdom would be recognized as the wisest and most capable member of the royal family. Arya rushed forward enthusiastically, giving advice and instructions in her usual energetic, talkative manner. However, her loud, hurried words only created confusion, failing to address the root of the problems. Meanwhile, Noor quietly observed everything: the flow of the river, the condition of the soil, the behavior of the animals, and began to form a careful plan, drawing on the guidance of the magical bird. With patience and determination, Noor set to work. She cleared debris from the river, allowing clean water to flow once again, and nurtured the garden with enriched soil and carefully planted seeds that glowed faintly in the moonlight. She softly spoke to frightened animals, soothing them as if by magic. Gradually, the land responded, flowers bloomed, the river sparkled, and a sense of calm returned to the kingdom. Villagers and palace staff watched in awe, realizing that Noor's quiet, careful actions were far more effective than loud commands. Arya observed her sister's success with mixed feelings, understanding for the first time that courage and power could exist in silence. Over time, Arya and Noor began to work together, combining their unique strengths. Arya used her voice and energy to inspire and motivate the people, while Noor provided guidance and wisdom to ensure their efforts were effective. Together, They became an unstoppable team. As the sun set over the palace courtyard, the sisters shared smiles of understanding and respect. The magical bird, ever present, watched from a nearby branch, its golden feathers glowing softly in the twilight, symbolizing the harmony between energy and wisdom, speech and silence. The kingdom held a grand celebration under the night sky, the palace lit with golden lights and fireworks bursting in brilliant colors. The king and queen spoke proudly, honoring both daughters, Arya for her joy and charisma, Noor for her insight and quiet strength. The people cheered, celebrating the restored gardens, rivers, and harmony in the kingdom. The sisters stood together, hand in hand, smiling at the crowd and at each other. The magical bird flew into the starry sky, leaving shimmering trails of golden light behind. The kingdom was peaceful, prosperous, and filled with the knowledge that true magic comes from combining courage, wisdom, and understanding. The story closes with a gentle message. Sometimes the greatest strength lies not in speaking, but in listening and understanding. When words and silence work together, energy and wisdom unite, and the world becomes magical.